What's happening, guys? Welcome to the video. The ultimate checklist for scaling a construction or trade-based business. Look, no bullshit, I'll just get straight into it. I've made this video so that you can literally just checklist and go, right, are we doing this as a business or are you not? So it's either a tick or a cross, are you doing it? Now, for me, there are like three stages to this industry without going into like being a massive company. I'm talking about the guys that are getting going, scaling, growing, figuring out where you're going with the business. Now, number one at the bottom, 0 to 500 grand a year in the UK, you're sort of just figuring it out. That's stage one. 500 grand to a million, stage two, is like grafting. You're working hard, but you're still sort of just figuring it out. You're just doing a lot of hard work. And then the next phase that we're talking about today is working smarter and actually going from like 1 million to 3 million to 5 million, that sort of level. Now, what I've done is made it easy and actually looked at the main functions of the business. And number one is going to be your marketing efforts. Number two is going to be your sales efforts. Number three is the delivery of the business that you're doing. Number four is actually the business that you're building itself, which is very important and we'll dig into on this video. And lastly is actually reality, like what's actually going to be going on. So let's look at it and then you can tick off as we go and see what level you're at for you as your business. Now, from a marketing point of view, when you're figuring it out, you don't really know what you're doing from marketing. You don't really understand marketing. You're just really relying on people that you know. You might have a sign written van and you might be on a few job boards like the Checker Trade or the local Facebook groups or things like that. You don't really have a marketing plan. You just dabbling. And from a sales point of view, you're learning. You're just sort of taking any job that comes up. You're taking any opportunity that comes up because you just need work, right? You just need cash in the till. You take any job that comes up and you just go with it. But you've probably got a lot of doubt and low confidence around actually being a salesperson, which when you're in business, when you own the business, your most important function is selling the business, actually selling customers and getting cash in the till. That is the most important function. And from a delivery point of view, it's going to be you on the tools. You might have one or two guys working along with you, but you're just doing one customer at a time, which has got a limit to the revenue you can do and the profit that you can generate because it's just you going from this job to that job to that job, maybe, like I say, with a couple of other guys. And then from a business point of view, all you've got to do is set up a business account, speak to your accountant, get some basic stuff and basic affairs in place, and you're a sole trader. That's the business setup that you've got. But the reality is, you're surviving to fight another day. You're not really in a great place from a business point of view. You are making expensive mistakes because you don't really know what you're doing. And actually the quality of life is not great. You're likely leaving the house very early. You're likely quite stressed out. You're likely doing quotes in the evening and worried about where the next job's going to be coming from, and you're living in that sort of position. Now, if you are on that level, you're in that figuring it out stage, what you want to be doing is looking ahead and going, right, what do I need to be doing in the 500 grand to a million stage, the grafting stage? What do I need to focus on to be able to get me to that next level? Like, you just want to look at this video and go, right, how do I get to the next level? So the next level of like 500 grand to a million, your marketing efforts are going to be shifting. You're actually going to be start spending and investing some money into marketing. And the first port of call is going to be a website. You need a good website to show, right, are you who you say you are? Have you got a good presence? Have you got something good for customers to look at and find of you and go, actually, these guys look really good? You're going to need a website. You're going to need to start looking at social media channels and actually building a social media presence and actually a bit of a brand. And you're going to be investing some money into search engine optimization, which is customer intent focused marketing. Search engine optimization is basically when a customer Googles you or searches for the service that you do in your area, you come up, you are shown, you're visible, so that they can then go to your website, because a website is only useful when people go to it and you've got visitors. And that's what search engine optimization is. It's user intent. People are actually going to Google, they're actually going to the internet to search for what you do. Whereas social media is more of a interruption based content and marketing where you're actually interrupting people to get to follow you and actually learn from you and see your services and see what you do. But the two go in hand in hand. If you've got a good social media presence and you've got a good like user search presence as well, like from Google, from YouTube, or whatever it might be, the two go hand in hand. You've got to start thinking more like this, that you need to build a marketing machine. Now, from a sales point of view, you're now going to be in the stage of learning from your mistakes, and you've got to increase your prices and charge your worth. You've got to charge prices that you can earn a profit from, and you've got to charge prices that are sustainable. So you've got to increase your prices. You've got to focus more on your reputation, getting good reviews, having really goodwill in the marketplace, and people saying a lot of good things about you, because that is going to lead you to referrals and allow you to make more sales. And you've also got to be focusing on bigger projects. You've got to be learning that, right, doing small jobs is difficult. We're going to need a lot of jobs to get the revenue that we want to get to. We're going to need to start taking on bigger projects. We're going to have to get more confident in delivering those projects and building a bigger team and selling yourself as a company that can deliver higher value jobs, because it just gets easier. You know, if you're doing £1,000 jobs, to do £1 million, well, that's a lot of customers. You know, it's 1,000 customers to do that. Whereas if you're doing 100 grand jobs, it's 10 customers. You know, so it's, the numbers become on your side, and this links with marketing and sales and understanding, right, what is our marketing plan and what is our sales plan, and we need the confidence to sell that and deliver on those services, which is the next thing. You've got to be off the tools. You can't be in this position, and this is where people get stuck. You're between 500 grand and $1 million. You're grafting, you're on the tools. You haven't got your eye on the ball of being good at sales and good at marketing, because you're stuck. Most of your time is on the tools, and you're going to need some admin support to help you start buying back some time. And you really want to be in a position of using subcontract teams and subcontract labour, so that you get free. You get free to start running the business and stop being a busy fool just trying to do everything and juggle everything, because it's all reliant on you, and that's not good. That's not what you want as a business owner. And from a business point of view, you want to be in a stage of being a limited company at this point. You know, you're a real, genuine, solid company. You need to be knowing your numbers more than anything at this stage. You need to know every single cost on a job. You need to know every single inquiry rate that turns into a quote, that then you win a quote, and all these important metrics and numbers. And you need to be very good at managing your money. Like, you need to manage your money very carefully. So when money comes in from a client, you allocate the VAT, you allocate cost to labour, you allocate things like CIS that we have in the UK, and you allocate your profit correctly and accordingly, so that you're really managing your money correctly, because this is where people get stung by cash flow, because you're not managing your money correctly. And then lastly, from a reality point of view, you are going to be in a stage and a mindset of just persevering and grafting, and there is going to be times when you're thinking, fucking hell, is this worth it? Like, I'm working so hard, I'm doing a lot of different things, I'm getting pulled in a lot of different directions. Is it worth it? And the answer is yes, and you just need to get to the next stage. You need to go to the next level. And you're going to have a bit more money, but you're not going to have any time. It's all going to be reliant on you. So you've solved the problem from the first stage of like just earning money and getting profit, but now you're stretched and you've got no time, and it's going to be all on you, which is going to create a lot of pressure, a lot of stress, anxiety, you know, a lot of that stuff. So you need to get to that next level as quick as possible. And the next level, between 1 million and 3 million, is basically all reliant around working smarter as well as hard. Working hard is 50% of the deal. You've got to still work hard, but you need to be working smart as well as that. And from a marketing point of view, it's going to come more down to key relationships with architects, key relationships with other industry friends, key relationships in business that can advise you and help you. You need to be thinking more like this, thinking more strategically. And you're going to need more of a paid advertising system, like a system you can rely on. If we do this in marketing, so if we do X amount of posts, if we spend X amount of money on social media, if we do X amount of testimonial videos, if we do X amount of leaflet drops, flyer drops, whatever you are doing for your specific business, whatever plan you found, right, what works for you, where you get your good work from, where the bad work comes from, you need to sort of remove that. You know, it's the 80-20 rule of doing the small stuff that actually gives you the biggest benefit and the biggest result, and really honing in into your your marketing system that you know if you spend £1,000 in marketing, we get X return back, we get so many jobs back, we get so many inquiries back. You really want a paid advertising system that allows you to scale the business correctly. And it's going to vary whether you're in commercial work or residential work. Your marketing system is going to be very different and unique to your own business, depending what trade you do as well, and what systems you offer and what services you offer. But you definitely wholeheartedly want a paid advertising system, because organic and reaching out, and relying on you and just your relationships is only going to take you so far. And to do that, you're going to want to be knowing your marketing KPIs, your key performance indicators of, right, how many leads do we actually need as a business to do this level of revenue, 1 million to 3 million. If you want to double the business again and go to 6 million, what marketing KPIs do you need to know? How many leads do you need? How many inquiries do you need? How many of those turn into a solid quote? Because not all leads are good, not all inquiries are good. You're going to refine those leads and qualify those leads. And then it's going to turn into a quoting stage. How long does it take from quote to a yes? How long does it take from a quote to finish? You need to know all these numbers so you can factor this into really what's called a proper business plan. You know your numbers. The marketing KPIs are so important. It's what people miss the most. And then from a sales point of view, you want to become a specialist. You want to become the go-to guys for a particular service. You do not want to be the jack of all trades. You don't want to be, we do a bit of residential, we do a bit of commercial, we do a bit of groundworks, we do a bit of electrical, we do a bit of plumbing, we do boilers, the next minute we do, whatever, like a total mix match of products and services, because that becomes really hard to, one, become really well known and have a really good reputation for doing that, which aids your sales. But it becomes really hard to grab a team around that as well, because one minute you're doing one thing, the next minute you're doing another thing. You need to focus in being the masters and the guys, the go-to guys in your market for what you do. Be a specialist, because specialists get paid the big bucks. Generalists don't get paid the big bucks. Specialists do. And to do that, you want to be building a brand. You want to be the best known in your market. The best known beats the best. That's just a reality of it. You can be the best and the skilled and the most knowledgeable, but if no one knows you and if people don't want to buy from you, it's irrelevant. You've got to build a brand in the marketplace. And to do that, you need to be building a really well-oiled sales process. And think of it like a funnel. And I've done other videos on this on the YouTube channel where you've got a very slick sales process. When inquiries come in, they get hit with this email, with this communication, with this brochure, with this thing, whatever it is for your business. Step 2, they get hit with this, whether that's 24 hours later, 48 hours later. You then do a site visit, you do a quote. How quick is that done? What system have you got in place? How do you follow up with that sales process as well? And all those little detailed bits to have a very well-oiled sales funnel and sales process. A sales process can be scaled. A marketing process can be scaled. If you're just winging it and dealing with whatever inquiries come your way and you don't have a set solid system and process for handling the marketing and the sales, the front end of the business, which is the most important part, you earn the money and you scale the business focused on that part of the business. And that's why it's these first 2 columns on what I've got in front of you guys today. Is only when you know your numbers on this and you track it and you perfect that system can you really scale and grow a business with a plan. And then from a delivery point of view, you're going to be focused more on recruitment. You're going to need a contracts manager or a project manager to come into the fold to help you again buy back your time. And this person takes over from when you've marketed the business, when you've sold a client, this person then takes that job over and delivers the job. You need that. This is going to be the biggest breakthrough that you have in this business of recruiting people, and it's investing money back into the business to employ people. You've got to have this mindset to you're buying back your time so that you can market more and sell more. This is going to be the biggest bottleneck that you have at this level. You need the right people taking the jobs and running with the jobs. To do that, you need systems in place. You need this person to work to the systems that you want. So the project management systems, the communication system. How do you want your customers spoken to you? How do you want your lads spoken to you? How do you want orders done? How do you want procurement done? How do you want the handover to the client? How do you want reviews done? You need systems for this person to follow as well as admin support in the office to follow, that you've got the expectations clear that everyone's working to the same way, so that it's just repeatability, and you can let go as the owner because you know things are being done in a particular way. And your main focus for you as the owner when it comes to delivery is building that team culture and leading the team. And this is where a lot of people go wrong, because you're not used to doing this, because you're used to doing it all on your own, and you think that the way you think is the right way, and you think that everyone else would do everything like you naturally, and they won't. You're going to hit a lot of roadblocks on this. You're going to hit a lot of stress and problems, and people not doing things how you thought that they would do them, and misinterpretations. Your biggest upskill needs to be in team culture and leadership. Master that, and that is the most valuable skill set as a business owner. Linked with sales, if you're a master at sales and leadership, this is what will grow your business like unbelievably. And then from a business point of view, you need to have the investor mindset. You need to have the mindset of investing time and money into the systems, into the people, and into being a specialist and building a brand and the paid advertising system that's going to allow you to go bigger again. Where people go wrong is you get to this level and you start making some money, and you've been through the first two stages of figuring it out and grafting. You start seeing some money rack up in the business, and you think, do you know what, I'm going to treat myself. And you just strip the money from the business, and then you're no better off, because you haven't got cash to play with in the business. You go and treat yourself, you go and spend it on your own personal house, or you go on some flash holidays, or you go and buy some flash stuff. I get it, you feel like you need a reward, but if you don't do that, if you just turn yourself into an investor mindset and go, let's play a bigger game, all that stuff can come later on. If you actually invest that money and have the investor mindset to think, right, let's just invest back into the business on better systems, better staff, better processes, better brand, the next year you're going to have even more money, and it's going to keep flowing, and you're going to have bought back your time, and you're going to get a lot more overall if you just wait and do this next stage and just wait a little bit longer and just play the bigger game and look at it with a 5-year plan. Having that mindset is going to be a massive change, and you're going to be focused more on the details than the systems. And I'll level with you, it's boring, it's not that exciting, but it's going to allow you as a business owner to step back a little bit and see how things are being run properly throughout the business. And a lot of it's going to be rinse and repeat. It's going to be the same jobs over and over again, the same processes over and over again. It's not exciting, but the money, the value of growing a business is doing a lot of the same stuff over and over again. If you look at any big, massive company, they do a lot of the same thing. They're not doing loads of different things. They're not doing shiny. They're not doing new over and over again. You do rinse and repeat. Find your market, find what you're good at, and just bang them out. Bang out the quotes, bang out the sales, bang out the same marketing, saying the same message over and over again, and bang out the same jobs done over and over again. Get the system, and it just works. Now, reality is, in this stage, this stage gets a bit more fun because you're growing with a plan. So you've got more clarity in your head, you're more switched on in your mind, and you can see things going. You can see things from an outsider's point of view a bit more at this stage because you're not in it. You're not physically working in the business as much anymore, and you're going to be buying back your time to allow you to breathe and allow you to think and act like a leader and make decisions like a leader, and your quality of life is going to improve, and you're going to enjoy the business a lot more at this stage. Whereas what I've seen is that a lot of people get stuck in the 500 to a million because they're not focused on the things that you need to do in the 1 million to a 3 million bracket. So like I say, whatever level you are currently at in terms of revenue and turnover, look at the next bracket and go, right, what are we not doing? And just tick off the ones that you are doing or working on right now. And any ones that you've got a big fat red cross next to that you're not doing, that is your direction of where you need to focus. And it's your checklist to go, right, this is where we need to go next. This is what we need to do. So I've tried to make this as easy as I can for people to go, right, it's just clear as day. Are we doing that? Yes or no? And if you're not doing it, that's what you need to go to next, and that's what you need to work on. So, hope it's been useful. Bye.